Good morning everyone. In this video I'm going to analyze the live price action for EU and DXY to see what opportunities may be available today. You're going to see my strategy and my analysis, so if you're interested in those then please stick around. Alright, we're starting off on the daily here. We have EU on the top, DXY on the bottom. So it's a new week, it's Monday. What's the daily showing us? Well, clearly Friday closed out. It's a massive bullish candle, right? Same as the week was pretty much bullish. With this candle from Friday, we had closed above some highs here, right, which is buy side liquidity. So I've got that there with the X, and I've also pointed out that the actual high of that leg above as the liquidity there with that dollar sign. So we also left behind in this leg an imbalance, right? This may draw price down, don't know when, but the imbalance is there. It's also present on our inverse DXY, right, which may cause a bullish DXY. Attracting price to fill these imbalances here. So overall, it looks bullish, but we do have some imbalances here, and we have taken some buy side liquidity, but we do have some buy side liquidity resting above, which we may go for first. But we are bullish and we may have some draws to go bearish, right, in the short term at least. Overall in the daily, we could say this is looking bullish on EU. We had these bearish legs going down, then we made these higher highs, possible higher low here, going on to make a higher high. Now DXY is yet to follow that. We didn't break that low, we held it, and we're holding it still at this point here, but we'll see how that plays out, of course. Previous daily high and weekly high and previous daily low on both still intact for buy side and sell side liquidity. Today's price action at the moment, the candle's forming bullish, but you can see we'd already been up here and pulled down somewhat, so we'll see what that looks like on the lower time frame. Right, we're fairly bullish right now on DXY. I think that's enough said. There's not loads to go through there on the daily, so let's go down to the 4 hour and see what that shows us. I'll start off zoomed out on the 4 hour for now, just so we can see this price action picture, right? This is that high I mentioned that we had gone above at some buy side liquidity, right? It's an internal high, internal 4 hour high here. We've gone above it. I wouldn't call it like a sweep, but it's still buy side liquidity there, which may provide a short-term pullback or something. You can see the market gapped, it opened up lower. Okay, so we still do have a bit of a gap remaining there from the market open. We are definitely within like some sort of premium here on the 4 hour, and we have those more of a discount imbalance POIs we may get drawn into. Here everything looks mitigated, so maybe price on the 4 hour could come lower to go into more of a discount of this possible new leg here, right, this new bullish leg. There is, however, this close by buy side liquidity, external high here, so that would be a good point of buy side liquidity as well, which could cause some sort of pullback if we go up there first. On DXY, you'll also notice we do have SMC divergence, so from this low here, which is this high here, which we're above, you can see we've got that higher low at the moment, right, where we've got the higher high here on EU, which does indicate some strength on the DXY, right? So if I just zoom in there slightly, with this mitigated, it could either mean just this slight pullback here to fill this gap, or we may pull back into more of a premium here up into these areas with these POI imbalances and possible order block there. So yeah, there is some divergence. There's buy side liquidity, divergence, and we've got some more discount and premium POIs there that may draw price in, of course. Okay, so that's just something to look out for if price breaks down in that way. So that's the 4 hour. Let's go down to the 1 hour, see what that's showing us. So here's the hourly. I've drawn this out for now as the 1 hour leg because of course it swept some internal sell side liquidity and broke above this high, creating a new high. So I'm going to work with this leg here for now. Of course, we do have POIs down here. If price comes down there, that is deeper within the 4 hour leg. Immediately we have this 1 hour order block here in the discount of this leg with even an inducement on it. So if we do come to this leg here, we can look for our structure to see if it's going to continue long from that area on the 1 hour structure. Okay, so that's what I see. I'm just going to use this bullish leg here, and we are still currently within that premium. You can see that gap more clearly here. So the gap may draw price toward it. We don't know, right? We are in a bullish trend here. So if price reverses and even comes to these highs or this buy side liquidity, I won't be too surprised. But we also have this gap here that might get mitigated today or at some point during this week. That's my main takeaways. We have this bullish leg here, 1 hour POI here. Obviously we have the gap that may draw price, but we also have this here where I would look for longs from for sure with this sell side liquidity just above it. So also internally here you can see, yes, on Friday we swept that internal high as well. Obviously the day finished, but we gapped lower as well. So this is a nice point of liquidity which sent price lower at the moment, but like I said, we may fill it and we'll see what happens there. On DXY now, on our inverse, we have that same 1 hour POI as well, which would be good with that same sort of buy side liquidity inducement just below it. Right, of course, just like this, we have those same POIs and imbalances above, which may draw price further. Price is doing the exact same thing here. We have that imbalance there. So is it going to draw price lower into that imbalance, or will we continue bullish? We'll have to see what that says. So I think we should go down to the M15 and see what the price action is showing, see if there's any immediate opportunities for today. So here on the M15, I do see an opportunity this morning, though I would label it as a high risk opportunity just because of how it's formed. So we have that 1 hour leg, and essentially also it's the larger 15-minute bullish leg, right, that swept that low, creating that new high. Now that took plenty of buy side liquidity here with this X, and then just before closing on Friday it also took some more buy side liquidity internally, right? So it's opened up, gap down. So I think narrative wise, yes, we've taken plenty of buy side liquidity in this bullish trend, so a pullback to some sort of discount, especially of this leg, makes sense. This is a draw on price. We've also just, and I mean just, it's so slight, swept that buy side liquidity from Asia. I would have liked to see a better sweep, right, during that Frankfurt Open, but we've had clear displacement from there, right, a big bearish move from there, and now we're possibly pulling back during this London Open. We have an M15 order block where that sweep was, and we've broken down. Now on the M15, I wouldn't say we've switched bearish essentially, right? Some people may count this low here, but I would say probably that low would be the M15 low. However, on the M5, we had this consolidation here, right? This is the low there, and then we've swept that buy side liquidity and broken down. So it's very clear on the M5 that we have a break of structure below these lows here. That I'm fine with. However, if I'd go back to the M15 for the moment, our negatives are clearly we have this gap above imbalance, which price does like to fill, but it doesn't have to do it straight away. And the fact, of course, we are in a bullish trend as well, right? So it works against us. But this sweep was very slight. This imbalance is here, and obviously we still have the same imbalance on DXY, which may go down and also want to fill that imbalance, okay? So if we draw this out on the M5, I do see it as like valid, but like I said, for very high risk, because price may be drawn into the imbalance, like I said, and our sweep was very slight, so it may want to sweep that again. So if I was to draw it in, right, we'd be entering around this area here, stop loss just above the high or something there, aiming for the recent price action low or wherever you want Asia low. Right, so we've got the cycle on our side essentially because we've swept that high. We've got that 5-minute breaker structure. We've got a 15-minute order block and imbalance. Okay, price is pulling back fairly correctively, of course. So we may get this sort of pullback to come back into this area to go short from. We may get some closer inducement just below price, and it could look something like this. Obviously DXY's had the same 5-minute breaker structure, didn't have the same sweep, of course, so there's SMC divergence there on a lower time frame, right, showing strength from DXY as well. So it's not terrible, but this imbalance here is a bit annoying right above price, makes it a bit more risky for me. So I'm a bit undecided, but it's possible I'm just going to let this one go and maybe see if we get a continuation, right, from this possible play here. If price comes down, you know, breaks down again and pulls up something to then go down, maybe there'll be something like that to look into. So that's the most immediate opportunity I see. And then of course, if price was to come up and sweep that high, then maybe we would get another breakdown that we could use from there after sweeping some more internal buy side liquidity. But the pullback's nice. It hasn't taken the other side of Asia just yet. And I think the narrative works out for it to go towards this discount. Again, like I said, it is a high risk position in my opinion. So be thoughtful about it. But yeah, that is the most immediate one. The imbalance is just a major put off right above that price. That's everything from me. I hope you got value from that. I hope it was clear. Any questions, let me know in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.